Hello investors and traders, and welcome to the Midweek Report. I'm AJ Monte, Chief Technical Analyst with StickyTrades, and we are almost at the 1 minute mark before we close up for the day. We are looking right now at DIA, that's the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF, and as I zoom in here to the 1 minute chart, you could see that we're closing fairly close to the low. I think what we're seeing here in the final minutes is a very, very light short covering from those who started shorting the market right around midday, back here around noon. And so when people short the market to close the position, they have to buy back the position to, as we call it, cover. And you can see how the volume is increasing in the last 5 minutes here. So again, we're under 1 minute right now. We have about 40 seconds to go. And I want to just let you know real quick that the downside target here is still in place at 379.61. We have a gap down below. We see the oscillators moving lower. I believe that in the next couple of days, we're going to see that CCI cross below the momentum line right there. And that will give us 2 to 4 more days after that cross for the momentum to continue to the downside. All right, so we have a wide divergence from that moving average. We had a drop in volume yesterday, and we have lower highs, lower lows. And here we are coming into the close. That is the closing bell. So that was DIA. If we look at IWM, again, we have a pretty aggressive pivot point to the downside. My target down below here is 198.95. Not moving that. Again, pretty much the same story. Oscillators are moving down. We had some action today from the Fed when we had some Fed officials talking about how they're not discounting the possibility of tightening, and the market obviously does not want to hear that rates could go up from here because we already have the beginning stages of what could be the catastrophic banking crisis down the road. And higher interest rates, by the way, for the banks are going to be devastating for those earnings and their lack of ability here, or their lack of being able to loan money out. That's their bread and butter. They need to do that. And so that's what's putting pressure on the market. We turned back pretty hard here from this resistance high on IWM right around 212. Now looking at the Qs, ticker symbol QQQ. And by the way, we're waiting to see what happens with NVIDIA. If NVIDIA disappoints in any way, you're going to see the Qs start to drop a little bit harder. NVIDIA obviously is a mega cap stock that is focused on AI, and there's still a lot of people absolutely in love with AI, and they're thinking, they're going to make millions of dollars buying AI stocks. Well, we'll see. I'm not saying that can't happen. However, I am telling you that if NVIDIA disappoints, it's going to put some pressure on the Qs. Look down below. We have an official sell signal on the CCI. See that blue bubble to the right? 99.1564. When it drops below 100, that's the sell signal. So as I magnify that, you can see that it's officially crossed there. Now, that will most likely continue lower. We have what's known as a hanging man candle right there, gap below the market here, another gap below the market here, wide divergence from the moving average. Take out your trading checklist. Again, go to StickyTrades.com, set up your free membership page, and then you could download the 7-point trade checklist. You don't need to put your credit card in or anything like that. Just set up your member page. You get a lot of perks from us just by enrolling as a member without any credit cards, remember. Okay, so that downside target on the Qs, 425.73, moving right along. We got SPY. That is another pivot point, lower high, lower low. And not only is that a pivot point, but you have to understand that this 2-candle pattern with that little red body candle falling within the body of the green, that's a bearish harami. 80% of the time that you see that, we generally go lower. Those are my percentages based on 42 years of experience. You're going to have a lot of people tell you, oh, that's not a real bearish harami, or that's not a real shooting star according to Steve this or Joe that. Well, I'm taking from my 42-year experiences different ways of looking at the market. It's not an absolute for anything. It's like if I told you, hey, let's go bake a cheesecake in the kitchen and I have a recipe, you might add a little bit more vanilla or put a little bit more cheese, whatever it may be. I'm just using this as an analogy. It's a cheesecake. All right. Is it wrong that I put the vanilla in? No, that's my flavor, right? And that's what I do. I have a very high probability of success for hitting targets. Many of you know already my percentage of accuracy is 83%. And that means that 83% of the stocks I forecast hit that target. So I'm not just talking about the major market ETFs right now. I'm talking about all stocks. And tonight from 6 to 7, we have the rapid fire session where last Wednesday we covered almost 70 stocks in that 1 hour. I'm going to try to cover at least 60 tonight. So if you want to enroll in that, just go to StickyTrades and you can sign up for that as well. So get your stocks analyzed live and then we send you the recording as well. So the downside target on SPY is 501.22. Bearish Harami, like I said, wide divergence in the moving average, gaps below the market. That brings me to the VIX. And I do want to talk about Bitcoin and I do want to talk about silver and gold. So stand by right to the end. Look at that candle right there. That is a bullish Harami. Little body green falling within the red body from yesterday. Buy signal on the stochastic. We have this gap above the market that I guarantee will fill. If that bullish Harami works out, then we'll see the VIX rally. I have a longer term target of $18.38. But remember, for the most part, the VIX is inversely related to the S&P. So if I'm bullish on the VIX and all the signals are showing bullish, then that's going to mean more bearish signals coming up on the S&P. Remember, I talked about Bitcoin. Go to my X page and you'll see my forecasts. 100% of my recent forecasts on Bitcoin, since I've been tracking Bitcoin and forecasting on Bitcoin, I'll say it again, 100% of my targets have hit. Go back on X and just check my page. You'll see the evidence as I put out the charts. My last Bitcoin forecast is that we will drop from this level. Hence the reason why I have a downside target. If you go to my X page right there, it's at the option Oracle, and you scroll down, I have it pinned right to the top right there. You see that? So this is the most recent chart that I put up at Bitcoin. You can see that I have a shooting star that showed up the other day. Now that's starting to pivot lower. I have my new downside target at 64,000. And guess what? We're on our way to that. Today is an official pivot point. We have a lower high, slightly lower low after that shooting star when I reported that. And now the oscillators are pivoting lower on a drop in volume. Again, take a trade checklist and you'll see that. So what I'm going to do right here for you on this recording is I'm going to officially stage that on my chart at 64,000. So we have a record of that here on YouTube now. So there's my new downside target. And guess where that brings us? Right to that 20-period moving average. Now, remember, I said I want to talk about silver. Here we go. SLV, look at that hard turn on silver. This is a massive sell-off. Silver's down over $1 today. I have a downside target of 26.47. For our members, I had an upside target, which obviously we blew through that. Now I think we're going to pivot down to the $26.47 target, and then we'll see whether or not it holds that 20-period moving average. Looking at GLD, which is the ETF for gold, I had an upside target and a downside target on this one. For our members, I'm kind of sneaking out the member stuff here on this recording, but we had an upside target right there. It then hit it and blew through it. And now I have the downside target at 216.54. Again, look at the cross sell signal on the stochastic. Look at the cross sell signal on the CCI with gaps still below the market. Folks, I really enjoy doing these videos. I hope you enjoy watching them. I hope you're getting a lot out of them. Please, if you have questions, I love questions, you post them in the Q&A at the bottom of this video, and I will pin those questions to the top. If we get multiple questions, I'll rotate those so that everyone gets a chance to look at your question, and then they'll get a chance to look at the answer I've given to your question. We're approaching 11,000 subscribers since July of last year, and that is impressive. All thanks to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to doing the Friday report. I'll have a lot more geopolitical news coming out on Friday, so stay tuned. Thank you again. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you on the Rapid Fire tonight. So long.